I live in Strawberry Mansion neighborhood in Philadelphia. Strawberry Mansion has seen good times and bad, but two things that haven't changed are the great people and the easy access to Fairmount Park.
When people ask me where I live, I said North Philly. They said, North Philly? I said, yes, Strawberry Mansion. They looked at me like, you live in North Philly? And I'm like, yes, I have the biggest backyard. And it's right across the street, and I don't have to take care of it.
The park is where I spent a majority of my youth in the park. It was always, every day we were in Fairmount Park making our own trails, following trails that were already there, just creating our own adventures on the big rocks. I mean, we have special names for stuff, the Thousand Steps, you know, the Indian Rocks. We just renamed everything. And it's like, it's a culture. You grew up with that culture of, in Fairmount Park, there's always a green lady somewhere in Fairmount Park. Everybody knows about the green lady. So and it keeps going from generation to generation.
Well, Fairmount Park is 9,200 acres of open space in Philadelphia, and it has probably some of the largest amount of forest cover of any place in southeastern Pennsylvania. And it's a great area for birds. There are over 200 species of birds that occur in the park every year, from loons to hummingbirds. And they use the park as breeding areas, they use the park as a wintering area, and they also use the park as an area to stop during migration.
And it's not just people and birds who use the park. Kids from the neighborhood have been riding horses in the park for a long time.
And it's shocking to them to know that there's actually horses in the inner city. I'm talking about a minute away from the zoo, 2 minutes away from the art museum, 5 minutes away from City Hall, and know that these horses are here and they're healthy and they're well kept and they're competing, you know, and that they're Afro-Americans actually handling these horses, and there's kids actually learning about this without having to spend the extra money to go to this program.
And when you're not riding horses, you can spend the day at Smith Playground, where kids have been sliding for 150 years.
I ain't right now about Smith Playground. See, I got this burn right here from the giant sliding board. Oh, Smith Playground. That, like I said, we just lived in the park as young people. And Smith Playground, we would just take that trek to Smith Playground on the weekdays, and just be there all day. It was just a safe haven. You knew you were safe when you were at Smith Playground. You knew you were going to have fun, and you just knew you were just going to be dead tired and dirty when you got home. But you just knew you was going to meet a lot of folks from, because Smith Playground, a lot of people from other areas would come. And we would just meet young people from around the city and converge at Smith Playground and just have fun all day and just go home dirty and tired, but knowing that you had and some burns from the giant slide.
Well, the playground was closed for 3 years, and we reopened last summer. That would be the summer of 2005. We reopened the slide, this wonderful tree walk next to it, a large pod of equipment next to it. The slide goes back to just after the turn of the century into the 1900s. It was built shortly after the Smith Playhouse, which is just up the hill from here, was built, and was a gift of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Richard and Sarah Smith, who wanted a safe place for kids to play in the city.
It sounds like Strawberry Mansion fell on hard times for a while.
I remember I could actually hear gunshots in the back. I remember when I moved here at night, I could hear gunshots in the back. And it really has changed a lot. We used to have break-ins and stuff. It's just a whole lot different. It really, really is.
Well, at the recreation center at Manor, they used to have entertainment every weekend, you know, like people, live entertainment. It wasn't jazz, it was the entertainment for the youth. You know, they played guitars, and we used to go there every Friday. You know, the whole community. It was a community thing. But now they don't have anything like that anymore. We used to have movie night. They used to come in our neighborhood, set up a screen, kind of like what Holly has. Set up the screen, and we sit and have movie night. And there was a lot of block parties then. You know, people closed off the blocks, and we had block parties. But now, you don't find too many people doing that now.
We're the only piece of recreational facility in the whole community, in this division, in this ward. Okay, other than this, there's no more recreational facilities.
When I moved here, you could walk up the steps. They had a set of steps. You could go up the steps and walk all around that reservoir if you wanted to. But now you can't do it.
Why?
I don't understand why, because one while there, they were supposed to have been building something or doing some kind of work on the reservoir. We don't know what it was all about. So now, I don't know.
But now it seems like good things are starting to happen.
45-acre basin has been abandoned for many years, called the West Basin, and that still is filled with water, about 6 or 7 feet of water. And it is a very attractive place to a lot of different species of waterfowl. And right now I'm working to actually start some environmental education programming and build some momentum and help the community to understand what Audubon is interested in doing here long term.
My mother wanted to be in this type of neighborhood. She wanted to be in a community-based neighborhood, a neighborhood which is on the move, and that's what Strawberry Mansion is, on the move. Many people have become very interested in this area. They're moving back in, investing their money, their time, and their effort in one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the city.
Well, this neighborhood right here seems to be pretty well, I would say, knitted together. We all feel like brothers and sisters in the neighborhood, because everybody knows everybody, and everybody's child knows who's who and who isn't who. So I mean, it's very comfortable here. I'm satisfied.
Success does not necessarily mean running away or getting further away from where you come from. You can build and create, success in your own vision, whatever your vision is, here in Strawberry Mansion itself.
If the messages that I heard today will sink in to some of the younger people, I think that we will. And then we have so many, they're saying what I say, protect what you have. And then we have so many organizations now, like the revitalization of the here in the neighborhood, that is putting the trees and the fences and the different things that to try to make it beautiful like it was. Strawberry Mansion was Strawberry Mansion. It was beautiful.
I think it's really, really nice. It's refreshing. It's uplifting. It's something to come out and look forward to every day. Like, it's really like almost living in the suburbs if you're in the city. But it's really like a suburban living. That's how I feel. It's a nice neighborhood.
As I said, life is good in Strawberry Mansion.
Life is good in Strawberry Mansion. You should come and visit us sometime.